Hello and welcome to this video. We're looking at character sketches, writing a report of sorts that talks about the type of person that a character in a piece of fiction, for example, is. So we talked a little bit about this before spring break in class, where we were looking at Tom Sawyer in the first couple of chapters, and we listed a number of adjectives and nouns that described Tom Sawyer's personality. And I asked you to copy those down into your notes. And this is what we're doing here. It's just with this, you're writing a report. Specifically, it's going to end up being 3 paragraphs long. So let's look at this graphic organizer that I put into resources for you. This is source, of course, isn't the only way this could be done. I just think this is a fairly easy way. First thing we need to remember is that a trait, excuse me, a trait is a word or a phrase that describes the character's personality. And that's the key thing we're focused on, is their personality. We're not really concerned with what they look like. What color hair they have, what color eyes they have. That's usually not that relevant. Although in some situations, the character's appearance could be part of their personality, of course. So what you do is you select an important character. In this case, I select one for you, Tom Sawyer, and you go through the book up to the point in time where I've asked you to have read, which through today you should have read chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we find evidence in the text that shows what kind of person Tom Sawyer is. So, for example, I don't think it would be very controversial to say that Tom Sawyer is kind of sneaky. It seems more than appropriate. And so, if I'm going to say Tom Sawyer's sneaky, what I need to do is I need to find evidence in the book that shows this is true. And there's 3 types of evidence. There's his actions, his thoughts, and his words. So, for example, with Tom Sawyer's actions for being sneaky, he hides in the pantry when Polly looks for him, right? This is at the beginning of the book, when she's searching for Tom and can't find him. It's because he's hiding in the pantry. And then when we get to his thoughts of Tom being sneaky, in this case, what we have is obviously, for example, when Tom played hooky, he put some thought into this because he has the 2 needles with 2 threads. All right, very, very clever. Very clever. I don't know if I'd have thought of that when I was his age. 2 needles with 2 threads. And then his words, the things that he says, and one of the big examples early in the book of this is Tom talking Ben into doing the whitewashing for Tom. So I would want to come up with a direct quote from the book. I don't have my book handy right now. So I'm just going to make a note here, because this is just a graphic organizer. I'm just organizing my thoughts. So I want a direct quote between Tom and Ben about the whitewashing. All right. And when I put these things into paragraph form and into sentence form, rather put them in sentence form in a paragraph, I will have shown with some key pieces of evidence from the novel, yeah, Tom Sawyer's kind of a sneaky guy. And I would do the same thing with other traits of Tom's. So I forgot that doesn't stay. So I would do the same thing with trait 2 and trait 3. once I have this done, I have my notes set up so that I can move into my rough draft a little bit more organized than just trying to do things off the top of my head. That's it for this video. And if there are any questions, I'll put a character sketch section into the discussion board. Thank you. Have fun. Bye.